complex number z is such that the modulus of z squared is equals to 3 and the argument of negative I z is equals to pi over 4. So we need to find w in the form of a plus bi, where a and b are real, and the mod of wz is equals to 2 square root 3, and the argument of z squared over w is equals to 5 over 6 pi. Alright, so first what we can do is maybe what you do is first let's find out more about the complex number z. Okay, because here we are supposed to find w and here we have z. Okay, so we do not know a lot about z. So remember, one of the things or the friends that we need to find out for a complex number is that it is good for us to know the modulus and the argument, right? So for the modulus of z squared, what we can do is let's look at z. So we know for z, we know that the z squared equals to 3 and the argument of negative iz is equals to pi over 4. Right, what we can do is we want to find out more about z, we need to find out the modulus and the argument of z. That's the intuition. Right, after that, we can go to the second part, and we use knowing the modulus of z and argument of z, we can find what is w. Right, then so because the modulus of z squared equals to 3, you know by your properties, it just means that the square of the modulus is also equals to 3. Right, this just means that the mod of z is equals to square root 3. Right, and argument of negative iz, we also know that it's the same as the argument of negative I plus the argument of z, right, which is equals to pi over 4. Right, and the argument of negative I, you know, this is the negative y-axis. It's just equals to what is it equals to? It's just equals to, right, pi over 2, right? It's just equals to negative pi over 2, sorry, not pi over 2, right? So here, this is just equals to negative pi over 2, right? So argument of z is equals to pi over 4, and this means that the argument of z is equals to pi over 4 minus the negative of pi over 2, which is equals to 3 pi over 4. Alright, there you go, we know the modulus and we know the argument of z. Right, then next up, we are going to try using these two hints given to us. We are going to try to find w. We know that the mod of w z is equals to 2 square root 3. Alright, and mod of wz is the same. The modulus of the product is the same as the product of the modulus. Right, it's equals to 2 square root 3. Alright, and since you know that from earlier on we have found that mod of z is equals to square root 3, this just means that modulus of w is equals to 2. Right. Okay, and next up would be to look at the argument of w. So what's the argument of w? We know earlier that the argument of z squared over w is equals to 5 pi over 6. Right, so again, we know that for the argument of a quotient, we can actually split this up. This is equals to 5 pi over 6, and argument of z squared can be written as 2 argument of z. So all these are from your good knowledge of properties, the properties of complex numbers. Alright, right. So what's the argument of z? Argument of z is just equals to 2, 3 pi over 4. Right, what's the argument of w? Argument of w is just equals to something we'll find later on. That's equals to 5 pi over 6. And solving this, you will be able to obtain that argument of w is just equals to 2 over 3 pi. Right, the rest are just accidents. Yep. Okay, so with that we have found, right, so we want to find w in the form of a plus bi, so we can use the polar form to help us, where w is equals to r cosine theta plus I sine theta. And solving this, try evaluating it by yourself. You'll be able to obtain that w is just equals to -1 plus square root 3 I.